Hey folks, what's up? It's Adam 34 and welcome to another episode of the Hungry Bleak Show. So, okay, it's been a minute. I've had like I you've seen all the guests that have come through, right? There's been a lot of people coming through, sitting down, having chats. It's been so much fun. There's more to come, I promise you. But had to take it down for a minute. Just had to relax. And somebody hit me up. I was like, "Hey, man, do you want to just talk? Just spitball?" I said, "All right, man," because I got a lot of just like saliva, like geek saliva flowing. This analogy is just breaking down. Look, the hell with it. This analogy is horrible. It's not even the bandwidth is just not there. So, folks, without any further ado, look, known this cat for years. Always have a great time on camera, behind camera, at the bar, at the table, at cons, in these streets. It's sir. No matter what, always one of my favorite people possible. Whether we're talking geek, whether we're talking like just life, it's always a real and just down conversation, and I love it. But we're going to talk about whatever pops up because a lot of stuff has been going on since we've last had a chance to sit down and break bread or do a chemistry set. Somebody will get that joke. I don't know who. But anyway, look, this is the man, the myth, the legend. He is the cinema CEO. He is the cinema God. Folks, this is Michael Williams, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Good to be back.
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Yes, yes. Still looking for the twins in there, man. I'm sure like Kubrick is trying to direct them now. He's like, this is your scene. This is your scene now. Come on now.
Exactly.
No, that's it.
Exactly.
So, brother, last time we got to speak was actually at a New York Comic Con night. No, day 3.
Yeah.
That Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah. Got to sit down and talk. Then I had to spend most of the night in Arkham, unfortunately, aka Newark.
Yes. Yes.
I've never seen a place actually look like a video game so much in my life.
Yes, sir.
I swear at some point I was going to start doing combos and start putting on like detective mode and finding little question marks throughout the city to save Catwoman. And I just there was so much, and there's been so much that's going on since then. But let me ask you a question, brother.
Yes, sir.
Right off the top, I want to know your opinion about WWE going to Netflix. And that's so much is going on over in that company right now.
Yes.
First off, it's really like picked up as far as like wrestling and everything is picked up. It's great. I mean, The Rock is back.
Yeah.
On there for WrestleMania, but that whole thing with Netflix.
Yes, sir.
Huge.
It is very huge. Like Netflix has made no bones about trying to go into anything as far as live, right? Like they've been throwing out these test balloons for these live comedy shows and
Screen Actors Guild.
Yes,
I want to say was there
awards. Last week they covered an exhibition tennis slam match between two of the top players in the world. So yeah, I mean, this is huge because the potential people who were involved in possibly trying to get and secure those rights now won't have basically anything as far as WWE goes. I mean, maybe Hulu may still carry, and I don't even think that's. I don't even think they're going to be carrying those other things either. But we'll leave that alone. But yeah, this is huge. This is huge, brother. It's huge.
I mean, to come off of network, which they've been on for years. Well, cable, let's say, really, with the USA, they've had a storied history with USA.
Oh yeah.
And then for them to have SmackDown on Fox lobbied for that for a long. They got it.
Oh yeah.
They even brought in that the draft robot thing that they use for like football and carrying on was there.
Yeah.
And now I think because their deal ends, and I want to say 2025.
Yes.
So we have less than a year.
Yes.
Or a year. Like I'm not sure. I'll just say 2025.
I would imagine it'll be as of December 31st, I think that'll be over on whatever platforms they're on.
And Peacock, well, which
also pulling this stuff from there too, or no?
I want to say yeah, because why would they be on two streaming services?
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
You know, they couldn't. I still think they should have stuck with their own streaming service. I think that was a smarter deal. But again, I don't know the behind the scenes working and everything going on with McMahon. That's all I can say about that. Was what the hell that was. But then again, we can't be surprised because, I mean, I guess the severity of how much was there was atrocious. With allegations of trafficking, sexual abuse, sexual assault, all those allegations. And the minute he was gone, because let's be real, the TKO kind of wanted him gone.
Oh yeah,
for real. And then to bring in Dwayne Johnson was a huge step to begin with.
Yes.
And then for him to be back for WrestleMania and everything, bigger. I'm thinking about if there's gonna be some type of special tier with the WWE stuff in it, as far as like the premium live events. I think it should be part of it, just like it was a part of it as far as Peacock. But the fact of them doing this live every Monday, and let's take that into effect. Let's say at a certain point when it's done with Fox, every Monday and Friday, and NXT is on Wednesday. NXT is on. I want to say also.
Yeah, I think didn't NXT move to?
Well, there was talk of NXT possibly going to CW.
CW, right? No.
Well, I don't watch NXT, but even that could possibly go there because why wouldn't you have everything under one shop possibly? So say you have all three of your shows and then these premium live events. That's a huge move. I mean, regardless of how you feel about wrestling and whatever, yada, 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 this is still a huge business move.
Oh, yeah. Huge business move.
This is going to cause ripples. AEW now has to step up.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't have a streaming service. You can't even get their stuff streaming yet. And I don't think they've signed or inked a deal yet with Warner Discovery as far as being on Max, which should have been a no-brainer.
They really don't stream on Max?
Not. The only thing that they have on Max is the behind-the-scenes show that they have for AEW All Access.
Wow.
And I think that's 8 episodes, maybe. There's no streaming at all, nothing. And they could have a huge streaming service and a huge backlog of things because it's not only AEW, but they also own Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Which is one of those, which was that indie company. I mean, that launched so many stars.
Yeah.
They have nothing.
Wow. I brother, you told me a nugget there because I did not know that they were not streaming on Max.
They're not.
Very weird.
and Max is funny now because I was off Max for a while, then I went back on, and I saw that they have what's a CNN I think is on there now, which is like their news beta, so they're trying that out. They have like the NBA, like not every game, but they'll have certain games, like games that you would see on TNT are on there.
Yeah.
Things like that. So every so often, I'll try to like get a next game on there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can replay it. You have to watch it live.
Yeah.
I don't think it's stored in there, which I guess kind of makes sense because you have more like the NBA pass.
League
I think it's called
League Pass.
Yeah, League Pass. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. But the fact that you don't have that streaming on there.
Yes.
Is a huge mistake. The fact that you don't have that and their PLEs on there. Their PLEs are still just out there. You can get them through Bleacher Report, I want to say.
Yes.
But still, Bleacher Report is on Max.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you have that be a part of it? This is a fumble for them. The wrestling war is very interesting to me. Brother, if you will, baby, it's very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me.
Yes.
I'll see the Alamo Dome, baby.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Just all these movements going around because that's great. But
I think the whole streaming universe is interesting right now. Like
there's a lot.
It is nothing that we imagined it would be at this point in time. It is nothing like we thought it would be.
And I think it's very interesting
Yes.
To see it's almost like a battle. Like there's no one who's really ahead anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Some will go far. Then there's this fluctuation.
Yeah.
Like a power struggle almost. And I kind of enjoy it because that competition will breed what's good. But I also don't enjoy it because it means that they'll start getting rid of things that are actually doing very well.
Yeah.
And that are shows that are. I mean, Max just like came in with an axe.
Yeah.
Warrior.
Yes.
Rap ish.
Mm-hmm.
South Side.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of other things too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of been the present knock on Max and Issa Rae basically
Yes.
sounded that trumpet a little while ago, saying that they don't really care about black programming at this point over there. So I think what's interesting is that there are two different stories that are being put out here, right? And I think one story is that if you read what the pundits are saying, the pundits are basically saying that Netflix won the streaming war. It's over. Like none of you guys could really touch them from the beginning. Like you let them get too big, you let them get too broad as far as like geographically, right? Because they're around the world now at this point.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah. Basically saying to everyone else, you lost. And it's time to rethink your strategy here because none of you are going to really touch them. Right? I say yes and no to that. I think that Netflix is basically at a place where they're like, we're just going to spend the money and we don't care. You know what I mean? And they still operate that way. Like they don't really market anything other than their bigger original movies like Extraction or
The
The
Damsel.
or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll market those things to death. But there are other things that they don't really know how to market. And some of them are really good shows. Like this one show that I don't know if you've watched it, brother. I thought it was good. I watched it a couple of months ago and I thought it was really, really good, but they canceled it recently. The Brother's Son. Did you watch that?
I watched a couple of episodes of it and I was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
I had this conversation in a chat. And
yes,
it was about everything that was being canceled.
Yes.
I'm completely in favor of what Issa Rae is talking about. And as a matter of fact,
completely agree with her. Yes.
I would love to build something that is for us, by us, with us,
yes,
against y'all.
Yes.
But yeah, the thing with Netflix, they don't really market stuff that can be incredible and amazing, and that is.
Yeah.
They will not.
Yeah.
This is what they should do. Similar to what Max has done. Since they're so smart, but yet they can't see like things are right in front of their face. You have Warriors now on there, which is hugely interesting. And it still says Max Original on top of Warrior, which is on Netflix. There's something there. Something there. Okay, so let's say you have Warrior. You have Brother's Son. You have House of Ninja. Okay, so let's say you have those three shows, and you have a lot of shows from Asia.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you have a tab that says Asian Spotlight?
Yes. Yes, brother. Yes.
I didn't go to college, so I don't
yes,
understand why I'm so smart.
Yes, you did.
Why wouldn't you have that tab?
Yes, yes.
Why wouldn't you have that tab so you can spotlight these incredible artists? You have Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, yeah, numerous shows.
How are you not spotlighting this incredible actress, iconic legend?
Yes. Oscar winner. Yes.
I'm saying. Everywhere, all at once. I mean, that movie is. I still think about that movie, and I don't want to watch it again because I want to wait for like a couple years and then watch it and be damn. You know what I mean? Do we have to go back to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah.
You know what I started watching the other day?
What?
It's had a couple of different names. But I think that it was In the Line 2 Super Cops.
Okay.
Where it's her and Cynthia Rothrock.
Yes.
80s classic.
Yes.
How are you not marketing something with one of the biggest stars, not in America, but in the world?
Yes.
And why wouldn't you do something? Because you know you have a huge market in Asia.
Yes.
Why would you not be doing this?
Yes.
And you have these shows that you're getting from Asia, Korea, and Japanese shows that are killing it over here.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you have a tab that says, "Oh, Asian Spotlight," and spotlight these movies and series? Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. I've now reached the point at this point in my older age that you don't. The argument has always been that, well, you need to have such and such a degree to understand certain things. No, I don't buy that anymore.
You have to have 90 degrees of vision to be able to recognize.
I don't buy that anymore. Because to me, if these rooms are filled with people who have degrees who are supposedly experts in this kind of stuff, then why are you so afraid to just do something different? That's my question. Like, what's interesting about streaming is this. This is an industry that's now owned by major media companies, right? Who know that they are never going to win the cord cutting battle, right? Because people are cutting the cord continually. So you're losing money completely in one area. But you're not willing to lose money here where you have to lose money in order to grow this part of the business. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yep. So you're okay with losing the advertising dollars that are here, right? Because you basically waved your white flag and said there's nothing we can do about this. But on the streaming side, you don't want to spend money. Why? Because you don't. It's still this mindset where they think it's not the future of the business, and it is. It just is. Like, even TV, when it started, I'm sure in the 50s, lost money for years before it figured out the advertising model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if
you have to fail a few times in order to succeed, you have to be wrong a few times in order to be right. There's nothing wrong with that failure, right? Because you're going to learn something from it. People, like, as much as even today, people are afraid to take L's. Sometimes you got to take your L's.
Right.
If you take enough L's, it will build a W. Literally, right. It will build a W.
Right. Exactly. So I don't understand that. I think what makes me even more terrified, though, is that major companies are like, they're not only are they throwing in the white flag here in the advertising side of the business, they're throwing in the white flag here on the streaming side too. Like, I'm reading stories that Paramount wants to just get out of the business altogether, which is scary.
I saw something about that, yeah. And I mean, even them like partnering up with Showtime.
Yeah.
And possibly, I forgot who it was. I was reading that they said that they wanted to partner up with somebody else and just dive. And I'm like, no, what you're doing is, it's going to be rough. It's going to be lean. Yeah. You have more now than just Star Trek.
Yes.
You have, the whole, Sheridan shows and everything.
Yes.
You have hits. You have Nickelodeon is there. You have this stuff. I'm telling you, stay with it. Yes. It is one of I like the streaming services that are more low key in the back doing their thing because they have banger after banger. They're not worried about the glitz and the glamour. They're giving you talent, writing, cinematography. They're giving you what it actually makes a great series. Amazon is at the upper level, but it's still giving you these bangers. You messed up canceling the Peripheral.
Yes, I agree.
You messed up on that one.
I agree.
That was a very dumb choice. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I agree.
Especially with some of the stuff that you've put out since you canceled it.
Especially
that's where the money went.
Yeah, especially when you greenlighted the season 2 already. Like, you should have just shot season 2 and rolled the dice and saw what happens. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Or you could have just made it 2 seasons.
Yes, I agree.
There are ways. I mean, I didn't go to college, but I feel like I know more about the stuff than a lot of people do because I actually look and I study the stuff that's going on. I watch stuff and I go, oh, that, there, that. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not, and I think maybe it's just certain mindsets.
Yes.
With it, but I don't know what they're doing. And it feels like everybody. It almost feels like you cut the cable, but then you're just building another box because of everybody being able to be put in there and everything. You can almost be at the same amount.
Yeah.
So it's like which I actually kind of enjoy Amazon doing that because I can just go everything in one shot. But at a certain point, I go, I don't want to be doing Jesus, whatever.
Yeah.
So I understand why people will go seasons and not do certain certain platforms because I go, okay, now my show is on and it's all out now. Okay, then I'll go and I'll watch that.
Yes.
For a month and I'll take it away and I'll go do. I understand that.
Yeah.
I totally do. So okay, so we've gotten business out of the way.
Yes, brother.
We got the business talk.
Business. Yes.
No, brother, there's so much out there.
Yes.
But let me ask you. What shows are you watching? What movies are you watching? What are there any stories that are swallowing you up? Is there anything out there that's swallowing you up, sir? Any good story that's swallowed? Have you been overcome and just swallowed up by a good story, sir? Yes, I know the joke is old. I don't care. My timing is always great, and that was funny. Kiss my ass.
Yes, brother.
I don't care.
I've actually seen some good things. Like, I've been trying to catch up on some things that I've been meaning to watch for a very long time. So I'll start off with today because I went and saw that movie Imaginary today.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know what it's about.
It's a Blumhouse movie.
Oh yes. Okay, yes.
Girl who has the imaginary friend, and
yes,
yeah. That was actually pretty good.
Blumhouse usually delivers, man. They usually like Blumhouse has been in it for a minute, and they usually deliver with stuff. They do.
Yeah. The twist of the movie is really good because should I spoil it for you, brother? Are you going to see it or not?
I will see it eventually. So don't. But this is also by what is this by the guys behind Saw? I don't know why I'm thinking that is them. I have no idea why.
I'm not sure, brother.
Because you know that they love some good twists at the end of their movies.
Yeah, there is a twist that comes towards the end of the movie that I kind of liked.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not nearly as simple as the trailer makes it out to be. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really good. I recommend it, brother. You should see it. It's good.
Mm.
Yeah. What are some other things I caught up on?
Did you see the Iron Claw?
I did, brother.
What did you think about that?
I loved it.
Good.
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was extremely well done. And again, it's further proof. And I've been saying this for a while. Like, if you give Zac Efron something to do,
yeah,
he can do it. Like, you gotta not treat him with kids' gloves. See, that's the problem. You gotta demand that he gives you something. Like, I've seen him do well in that movie on Netflix where he plays Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah. Everybody say he did a great job in that.
Yeah, that movie's amazing.
But you have to with child and young actors. Everybody wants to keep giving them the same roles. Yeah. You have to, like, I mean, the biggest thing about that, let's say, is Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Glittery. I'm like, yo, this dude has had a slew of movies.
Oh yeah.
After that.
Yeah, that's what I try and tell people.
It's just because they haven't been those big name movies, but he's been putting in that work. Yeah. I enjoyed the hell out of him in the Batman. That was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a much better actor now than he was then. He's even, if you've seen Tenet, you know how good he is as an actor. Yeah. So it's just like,
and let's be honest, the What's Name series wasn't good to begin with. It's
yeah. Yeah.
So if you give someone bad material, they're going to give you something bad back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just are. That's you're going to do so much with the material that you're given.
Yeah. 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 And
Iron Claw was
yeah.
Knowing A24's history of obviously horror and everything like that.
Yeah.
The Von Erich family was the perfect story for that because it felt like a horror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that happened to that family was
Absolutely.
and if you don't know about them, like if you're a wrestling fan and you don't know about them, and then you watch this and you go, wait, what? It's one of the most tragic stories ever. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And in some ways, I'm glad that they edited the one story that they didn't tell about the youngest one, because that's the even more heartbreaking story, right?
Mm.
Like it's all of it is heartbreaking, but that one is even worse. You know what I mean? Like, for him to try and carry the weight of that family and for it to just break the youngest one altogether is just like that was just too much. I'm glad they left that out, because that would just been way too much to sit through. Like,
because that movie, it felt
yeah,
like if you didn't know the story and you were just watching this movie and you had no idea that it was real, and you were just watching and you were like, oh my god, this is like it.
yeah,
It was just one thing after another with that family.
yeah,
And it was tragic. So it's wonderful to see them on the other side of this now,
yeah.
and to see the sons
Yes,
like doing well and everything. But every time I see them, I go, wow,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What are there any series that you're watching right now?
I just finished this past week. I finished Snowfall.
Okay.
And I had been wanting to watch Snowfall for a while, because I had seen some scenes that made me, kind of stand up and say, "Oh, okay, I need to go and watch this when I have time." Right? And I basically blew through 6 seasons in maybe 2 weeks.
Wow, damn, brother.
Yeah, Snowfall is Snowfall's a really good show. It's a well constructed show, well acted show. Those seasons towards the end are really heart wrenching things, because when it turns out that it's a whole family feud at the end of it, it's like, oh my god! It's like some of the things that just happen are like, like, you got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? So that was really good. What else did I watch recently? Another show I recommend, and I'm glad it's coming back relatively soon, is The Bear. Do you watch that show?
I have not watched it. Surprisingly enough, I have not watched it.
Oh, that show!
I have not,
dude. That show is amazing.
And I've heard nothing but good things. It's just I have not been watched. I've been, because I've started like just going through stuff, because I gave up my AMC Plus.
Okay.
Because I wasn't watching movies that often. And I was like, oh, this is a waste of time for me.
Yeah.
So with the money that I have from that, I bought some groceries, and
yes, because that's important. Living is important.
right. And I ended up getting I had a deal with Stars.
Okay.
On Hulu, where it was 99 cents a month for 6 months.
Okay.
Bet. Okay, cool. Then I got Crunchyroll, because I want to get back into anime. So I see your Snowfall, and I want to raise you the Power spinoffs.
Ah, yes.
So I've been doing book 2, Ghost, which I started watching it when it originally aired. And I got to season 2, and then I fell off because of life. So I rewatched that whole thing, all 3 seasons. Then I went to obviously book 3, which is Raising Kanan. Oof. That is, yeah. And now I'm going through Force, book 4, which is Tommy's story when he goes to Chicago.
Yes.
People might laugh, and there are certain things I'll say. Hey, if you want to get really messed up, have a drinking game watching Ghost, where every time you hear the word connect, you see someone get a burner phone, or you hear someone say cap, take a drink. You will not wake up for 2 months.
Yes.
I swear. But I'm looking at it and I'm watching them.
Yeah.
Incredibly intricate storytelling.
Yes. Yes.
Acting is good. The accents are a little harsh. I know it's New York, but damn, let me breathe. I can't breathe through that accent. That accent is thicker than the women that I love to date. Look, the fact is, let that one marinate.
Yes, let it marinate.
Okay, so I don't care, whatever. So
yeah,
let's be real.
Yes.
I got strong shoulders for a reason. Look, the fact, but it's the way they do the intricate storytelling and the weaving and the double crossing and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so much of it. Kanan, I want to say, is above the others because of that. Because you're seeing this character who you don't like when you're originally watching Power.
Yeah.
And you see how he came up and you like this kid. There's a line in there where because 50 narrates it. Like in the hereafter, obviously. And he's saying, people will say that I had no choice growing up the way I did, but that makes you sound like you're stupid, like you didn't have any brains or any intelligence to choose what you were doing. I knew what I was doing, and I chose what I chose.
Yeah.
And I love that idea of no, he totally had a chance, but he chose what he chose.
Yeah, absolutely.
The story is so heartbreaking at a certain point. I've just finished watching it, all 3 seasons. There's gonna be a 4th season coming up, but I didn't realize that I was like, well, I've sped through 2, 3, 5 seasons in maybe a couple of months.
Okay.
And incredible. Raising Kanan is not only is it the 90s, so you're getting that feel, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a jacket like that when I was a baby. Oh my God.
Yes.
I remember that fashion, whatever. But it's just, that storytelling. And you see him literally begin to hit the mannerisms and the voice. He starts to mimic 50. And I know he's playing the character, but he mimics him in such a way where at certain points I was listening and I wasn't looking at the screen and I swore
it was 50.
It was 50.
Yeah.
Even like the way his face is, it starts out with him kind of being like, a little more optimistic and whatever, and then he starts getting harder and harder in his face, and he just is absolutely just amazing. I'm watching Force now. Force might be my favorite out of them because I was always a fan of Tommy. Tommy was the most honest character on the show. He was out there bananas, but he was the most honest character on the show.
Yeah.
So I see your Snowfall, but I'll raise you that Power spinoffs.
Yes. I've been told I should start watching these shows. Yes.
If you haven't did you ever watch Power?
I did not. I've not seen any of them.
If you have Hulu, Power's on Hulu, the whole series.
Okay.
Like you don't have to have the Stars. It's on there.
Okay.
You will get aggravated by the end of it.
Okay.
But once you see what's happening in these series, you go, okay, it was worth that aggravation to see what's going on now.
Yeah.
Good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been watching anime.
Okay.
Getting back into that. Incredible. God. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, Food Wars is just taking over my whole life, God. I mean, I'll say. That's no joke. If y'all don't get it, then you're probably banished to the Phantom Realm anyway. Exactly. So, and it's a real shame. The L.
Let that marinate for a minute.
God, I'm good with this. Jesus, I'm so good at this. And if you all could knew these jokes, it would make it so much better. But really, jokes are more for me. And Mike says that's why I'm telling these jokes all. But y'all don't get it, but it's fine.
Yes.
I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which recently won Anime of the Year at the Anime Awards.
Okay.
There's another one called Solo Leveling. There's such great storytelling, and it's not just the fighting and everything like that, obviously, but you're getting this incredible animation. But the storytelling is heart-rendering. It's heartbreaking. I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I rewatched the first season again. Then I watched the movie, and the movie was it was so incredible. Yes, again, you have these incredible fight scenes and supernatural, and I'm seeing it now as horror and action. But there was this story that was so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And how it turns. So that's what I've been binging into that and trying to get into that. I have movies that I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost that time of year, so I want to start, pre-gaming horror now
Mm-hmm.
for October. I know it's a ways away, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to rewatch The Exorcist, the original,
Okay.
so I can watch. I didn't finish watching the new one, Exorcist. Trying to remember the name of the movie, Exorcist.
Believer.
What is it?
Exorcist the Believer.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yes.
So I wanted to rewatch the original one because it's just so good.
Yes, the original is the best one, brother. I'm not a huge fan of that second one.
I kind of remember it, but not much, and I'm okay with that. The third one, was that the one with George C. Scott? Or was that the prequel?
No, the third one is the one with George C. Scott.
Then the fourth one is the prequel, right?
Prequel, yes, with this guy,
Stellan
Skarsgård.
Oh, then nothing. No, that's not who I was going to say.
He plays Father. Does he play? Yeah, he plays Father Merrin. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch any of those. Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about Exorcist Believer either. I saw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on. I watched it on Peacock.
Peacock? Yeah, that's where I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see it because it interested me to have the two girls.
Yeah.
And how that would play.
Yeah.
And the fact that they actually end up getting Ellen Burstyn to come back for that role I was like, oh, so a nice little full circle. And I enjoy Ellen Burstyn. I'm enjoying her on Law and Order, Organized Crime.
Okay.
I mean, she's one of those iconic legacy actresses, obviously. So, all right. So I'm not going to have my hopes up that much. So I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll circle back with you when you finally watch it and see what you thought of it. But yeah, I don't want to taint your thinking going into it. I just want to see what your reaction is on it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's hard to live up to such an iconic movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
You know what I mean? It's when your first movie is so good, the others are like,
yeah. It's kind of the problem. It's kind of the problem that I have, right, with certain movies that are coming out now. Like I saw a trailer this past week for a prequel to The Strangers, and I literally screamed, like, "Why? This is exactly what I said. Like, why?"
We didn't even need The Strangers 2 because the first one was such a perfect story. We don't need to know where you came from all the time. We don't need to see you end up. That story is like you're like they're gonna and then no.
Yes.
It reminds me of was it Foolish Games? No. Funny Games. Which totally messes with you and breaks the fourth wall and goes, no. No, that's not what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's how the first Stranger. Why do we? Yeah. Right.
Yes.
I mean, why don't we have a sequel to Escape from New York?
Oops, sorry, we did that already.
Escape from Atlanta. Why don't we do a third movie?
Yeah, exactly.
With Kurt Russell.
Exactly.
Playing Snake again.
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind seeing a prequel of that actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yes.
We can have Wyatt do it.
Yeah. Did you watch Monarch or no?
No. No, I have not. I don't have Apple anymore.
Okay.
Because I kept forgetting I had it, and I was paying for it, and I was like,
you should just get it for a month and bang it out. It's already up. It's done.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is a Ted Lasso still up, or that show's done?
Ted Lasso finished. Was it last year? Last year or the year before last? I think.
So it's done, right? That series is over.
Yeah, they keep rumoring that they may come back without Jason Sudeikis, which I think would be a mistake.
How would you
just leave that alone?
Yeah, that's
because it ends perfectly. Just leave it where it is.
Yeah, I mean, not every series can be Curb Your Enthusiasm. You got to calm down.
Exactly.
Curb Your Enthusiasm could take 10 years off and come back. You're like,
exactly.
Did anybody?
Exactly.
But it makes sense because you're like, well, no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I do want to check that out because that does interest me, especially with everything that we've got going on with the new Kong and Godzilla movie that's going to be coming out.
Yeah. You definitely need them to watch one. Yes.
Now, is it tied to that?
It's not tied
Or
to
not that universe, but it's not tied to those movies, correct?
it is and it isn't. It's not tied to this present Kong movie that's coming out.
Okay, all right.
But it is tied to the universe. Yes.
Okay, all right. Because I actually want to see because I like those movies now. I wasn't into them. Now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially because of Godzilla -1.
Yes. Which I still have not gotten a chance to see, brother.
Brother, it's so.
I heard it was amazing, but they kept playing games with how they were showing it here in the city. It's like,
which is ironic because I got to see it here in my East Bumble nothing town.
Yeah.
Because I think I got to see like one of the final like viewings like that weekend. That week was the last week, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Let me use my last bit of AMC superpowers to go and get these movies.
Yes.
So the last movies I watched were Godzilla, phenomenal, absolutely. Oh, dude, that when it hits, Iron Claw, heart wrenching, and then Aquaman.
What did you think of Aquaman, brother?
Really?
Yeah, really.
I was like, wow, this is how I go out. Damn.
Yeah.
Guys should give me a free year of AMC for watching it. First off, you know me, and when I get that recliner, reclined, I was done.
Yes, you were done.
Nothing kept me. This movie was so. I was watching a movie. You see trailers. I love trailers. Then Nicole Kidman got to come up. Why? I'm already here. Why are you giving me a commercial for here? But I think they're going to be like retiring those.
Today I went to the AMC today. There's like 3 new ads that basically fill in that ad.
So, but is it ads for AMC?
Yeah, but the normal like in theater ads, not like.
But it's not saying, "Hey, you need to come in here." I know you're already in here, but I need you to come into the theater now.
Yeah, here's the star that we're paying money that we can't even afford to tell you to come in here.
But you should have this outside when I wasn't in here. I'm already in here now.
Exactly.
I got butter and salt all on my fingers. I'm in.
Right.
I hate those commercials. Anyway, so I'm watching it and I'm like, and I don't. The minute it opened, I was like, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
And then I remember him trying to break him out of prison. I fell asleep and they were on a beach, and I said, "Wait, what happened? Wait, what? Beach? What? We on vacation? What happened?"
Yes.
And then I was like kind of out of it, so I don't know exactly what was going on. I thought about watching it on Max, and I said, "Nah," because there's Food Network. So I was like, I don't know what. Let's be honest. Look. There's a new season of Tournament of Champions. I'm watching that.
Brother. Yes, I know.
That show is real life, bro.
That show is real, brother. I've been watching that show since the first season.
I didn't. I binge watched like the first 3 episodes.
Okay, brother.
No, season. And I was like, yo, wait, what? I was like, yo, hold on. I was on the edge of my seat, like, yo, you got how much time? And you need to do like food processor with cashews?
Yep.
What you gonna do? Like for real, I was sitting there like, yo, wait, what? And I love it. I've like that show. That was so. You know what? Yes. Screw Aquaman. So Tournament Champions.
Yeah.
That show is so incredible. Like I'm really enjoying. First off, Guy Fieri.
Yes.
This dude.
Yes.
This cat.
Yes.
Is like the emperor of Food Network.
Oh, absolutely.
He got so many shows.
Yes.
Tournament Champions is incredible. Introducing all those new chefs that I may not have seen or seen whatever. Doing 3 seasons, the champions, everything. I love the newest season where they showed the preliminaries.
Yeah.
And then they bring so I have to watch episode 2, and then episode 3 is going to be on, or episode 4. 3 or 4 is actually on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're a bit better with their stuff now, as far as Food Network goes, anyway, yes. I'll be able to watch that on Max maybe tomorrow. Possibly.
Yeah.
I wish Max was that good with the DC animated movies. Infinite Crisis.
Yeah.
Still isn't on there.
Yeah, of course not.
And they're about to get an Infinite Crisis 2.
Yes. Is that a 2-parter or a 3-parter?
I don't know if it's a 3-part, but I know that 2 is about to come out, and the first one still isn't even on Max.
Yeah, I know.
That still makes no sense whatsoever. I could watch it on Amazon quicker than I could watch it on Max.
Yes. I agree, brother. I agree. Makes no sense.
And this is what drives me mad. Yeah. How is it these executives, these guys smart, everything, they're bumping their lines on the table. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. They're the card is making white lines. They're doing it. Let's they're rolling up their $100 bills, and they're
yeah.
The Candyman came by and he left some booger sugar, but nobody's baking anything. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And they have this, and no one has this idea of how to whatever. Yeah, so Food Network on there is incredible. I'm digging it. Aquaman, I just didn't care. I didn't care. The trailer, the trailer, and I'm like,
yeah,
sit down.
Yes, it's the old DC EU went out with a thud.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let me ask you about X-Men '97.
Looking forward to it, brother.
Okay. All right.
Are you not?
Here's the thing. Look, I actually want to go back and rewatch the original X-Men series. Loved it.
Okay.
I wish they had the original episode, Pride of the X-Men. I wish that was on there because that was awesome too. That's actually somebody calling out to let me know where I can get it. I actually have it on VHS.
Yeah.
I ain't got a VCR though.
Yeah.
So that's like having Kool-Aid but your water turned off. It don't make no difference. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah.
I love this series. Obviously, it was groundbreaking. It was one of those series.
Yeah.
The issue I have is, are we just riding this on nostalgia? Is that the thing with it? I'm still going to watch because I want to see what they do to continue that story, because that story ended on such a heartbreaking tone with Charles leaving.
Yeah.
And there are some beats that hit me and I'm like, oh, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, are we just in a nostalgic thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what they bring to it, right? Because you don't get many cartoons that are being revived after having such a vaunted sort of run in the early 90s. So I think I'm more coming at it from the curiosity perspective and what can they do with it now? Is there more story to tell? Is it just going to be more of a continuation of stories from the comics that they didn't get to do when they ended it in its initial run or anything like that? I think I might feel better about it that they've said that it's not going to be connected to the MCU.
Yes. Thank God, yes.
I'm okay with that. If it's going to be its own thing, I'm okay with that.
Don't connect it to the MCU. Dear God, don't connect. The MCU is more connected than like satellites and alien technology and microwaves. Jesus, stop!
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. If they can bring excitement to it the way they brought excitement to What If Season 1, What If Season 1 played out.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. What If Season 2 was all right. It wasn't.
I haven't watched it.
It's not as good as that first season.
There's only 2 things I really want to see on there. But yeah, I'm fine. That's the thing. I do like the fact that we're going to be having Magneto
Yes.
there, that conflict. Where do we go? Things like that. But I'm looking at it and everybody's losing their mind, and I'm sitting there like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because I'm very stern on. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yes, nostalgia is great. I loved seeing that series. I loved watching it when it was on Saturday morning cartoons. I loved the episodes when they would have them on Saturday nights at 8 when they had like a little bit more of an edge. I dug it. It's great, what have you. But I'm sitting there going, you got to bring more to the table than just this nostalgia. Nostalgia, if that's the case, I can just go back and watch the original series.
Yeah.
And I can read the comics, whatever. The way the X-Men have come so far and the stories that they're telling now that are so incredible, so intricate, again, you have to bring more to it.
Yeah.
Having an animated series is great, but there are so many animated series out there. What's going to make yours special? Magneto being there as like a headmaster. Interesting. Conflict, what have you. Yes, but you got to bring something else to the table. You have to.
Yeah.
And everybody else was happy. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad y'all are happy, but I'm looking at, I mean, I am, but I'm looking at that mindset of, okay.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Just because storytelling is so different now.
Yeah.
And those stories were great, but what are you going to give me? I'm going to watch it because I want to see what they do. I'm rooting for it. I mean, it may not look or sound like I am, but I am.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, nostalgia. Okay, cool. Because I'm looking at like, damn, I'd really like to see some of these X-Men now in there. But we don't know what they're going to be doing, what stories or who they're going to be bringing in, obviously.
Yeah. Other than knowing how the actual, they released like kind of like the episode structure. So the first 2 episodes is a 2-parter.
Okay.
Then the final 3 episodes of the season is a 3-parter.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
So,
Because that's what you got to do. You got to do with the first episode. It should be a 2-parter. Especially if it's going to be like 20-something minutes. You got to give. And Disney has been good with giving us like 2 episodes for something when it comes back out.
Yes,
they have. So I'm not going to be mad about that. I think if they're going to bring something back, honestly, normally people would expect me to say like gargoyles, obviously. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to say gummy bears. Or Darkwing Duck. Not even joking.
Yeah.
Dead serious with that.
Yes.
Tailspin.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do Kid Cloud Kicker as he's older. See where that goes. But I would say Darkwing Duck. I mean, my obvious answer, obviously, gargoyles. But I would say Darkwing Duck or Gummy Bear. Gummy Bears is low key, just one of those things that was incredible, and people like sleep on. I'm like, y'all don't remember? Even the theme song was like,
yes, exactly.
All right, so we have a couple of minutes before we go. Give me one thing that you're excited to watch this week. Like it can be old or new. What's something that you're excited to watch this week?
I'm looking forward to seeing Dune this weekend. I didn't see it opening weekend. So
yes.
Dune Part 2 this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about that movie.
I mean, if you want me to take a nap, Jesus. Look, and I love the first Dune I truly enjoyed, and I mean like Kyle MacLachlan did. I really enjoyed that one. It's so crazy and off the wall. This one I enjoyed, but like I said, when I was in theaters, that bass was hitting my man's stomach, and my man had to go to the bathroom like 3 times legit. He was that bass was tearing up whatever was in there. I enjoyed it for what it was, but that white savior mess was too much for me in that damn movie.
Okay.
It was too much.
Yes.
All that spice and there was no seasoning. What is going on with this? Seriously? Muad'Dib. I wanted his name is a killing word.
Yes.
I do want to see it, but I'm not going to go to the theaters to watch it. I'm not.
Okay, that's fair.
I just don't.
Yeah.
And y'all know I fall asleep. I fall asleep.
Yeah.
When I go full throttle with that recliner.
Yes.
And I got that popcorn, and y'all know I'm up at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning just about every day.
Yeah, definitely.
So I thought I'd be cool, going to an early matinee. Nah.
Yeah,
I thought I outran the Sandman. Nah.
Yeah.
Dude was just up in there like, oh, you thought you were smart, huh? I got you. Check this out, Playboy.
Yeah.
Got me.
What are you excited to look at, bro?
I want to say honestly, I'm trying to think of movies that I'm excited to watch, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the series. I want to finish uh House of Ninjas.
Okay. How is that? Is that any good or no?
I watched the first episode. It's actually pretty cool. You know, this retired family of ninjas who end up having to come back because of something else that's going on with a rival ninja clan that they thought was dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to me. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, more than that, I'm actually excited I want to watch the last 3 episodes of Warrior because I didn't get to watch the last 3 episodes.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite shows out there.
Yeah. You've been talking about that show for a while, brother.
That show has been awesome. And the cast is amazing. And I watched this season and it's been so great. Incredible fight scenes, heartbreaking, betrayals and returns, and the story is just really great. And I enjoy it. And the fact that we have this mostly predominantly Asian cast who are not just doing martial arts scenes of fighting, but also having these incredible conversations. This very dark humor and are being shown as being sexy as well.
Yeah.
You know, all aspects, which we did not get a lot of before this. That summer, I want to say that summer is what really broke it for like Hollywood in that way, because we had Snake Eyes and there was something else that came out. And it was showing like Asian men as being sexy and not being like, you know, like these characters and being like, you know, just desirable, where it was a point where you kept getting that Jackie Chan, Jet Li mess of, oh, I could beat everybody. Oh my God, a girl, I can't talk to her. Really?
Yeah.
Nah. Fantastic martial artists.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jet Li and Jackie Chan are 2 of my favorites, but that trope got to die. That trope. So yeah, those 3 I'm excited to see. I'm excited to watch wrestling too, man. Wrestling's been crazy lately, so you know what have you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an honorable mention, brother. I don't even know if you watched it. Have you watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon or no?
Yeah, folks, that's a show.
Come on, bro.
I
know you're not a huge fan of Mr. Glover.
Yeah, I'm not. It looks interesting. I actually like the actress.
Yeah,
she's always funny and quirky and cool. Like she just has a really. I always enjoy her and stuff. She's cool. There's one with her called Plus One that I want to watch.
Okay.
With Jack Quaid.
Yes.
Yeah. I will give that because I do like the movie. I haven't seen that movie in a while. Damn. Yeah. So I might check out like a couple episodes to see what it's like, because I've heard it could be good, and it's from him and the same guy as from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I want to say so.
What they bring to it is very. You get all the action stuff that you got from the movie.
Okay.
But the take on it is very different. It's more of an allegory for marriage, which is crazy to me.
I don't even want to step into that minefield.
Yeah. Like
it's
interesting how he deals. It's interesting how he talks about, but not just marriage, just relationships in general, with the way the show is set up. It's really interesting.
And I'll check out the first episode.
I didn't think it would be that way. For some reason, I thought it would almost be a carbon copy of the movie, and it's really not. It's extremely well acted. Like I agree with you. I like Maya Erskine a lot, and I'm glad they cast her, because she wasn't originally who was supposed that role was supposed to go to.
Who's supposed to go to? Zazie?
No. It was supposed to go to the hell was her name? Do you know who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is?
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she did that show on Amazon called Fleabag.
Oh, it was supposed to be her.
Yeah. She was originally supposed to play that role, and then I don't know what happened. She got busy or whatever, and she had to drop out, and they recast it to Maya Erskine. And I'm glad they did it.
That's an interesting casting.
Yeah. Because I think for me, Maya Erskine's a lot more believable than Phoebe Waller-Bridge would have been.
Yeah, she doesn't have that. But then again, she's a great actress, so she could have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just from basic take, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Which you know what? Change that. Fleabag. I actually need to watch Fleabag. I have not watched Fleabag.
That's a good show, bro.
I need to watch Fleabag because I love the scenes that I see. So I need to jump on it. And I keep forgetting that it's on Amazon because it doesn't show it to me.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
That's a really good show, brother.
It is. I think it's on my list too, but it doesn't show it. It's probably because I've been watching my damn anime on there. Because I do Crunchyroll through there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it's easier and it's just and I like having it there instead of having another app too.
Yeah.
Which I don't need.
You been watching Reacher at all?
Oh, yes, brother. Yes, of course.
Oh, yes.
Second season was killer.
Yes, brother.
Second season, I would love to see a prequel called The 110.
Yes.
Because that whole team, because I got mad that I didn't get to see certain people on the team, except in the flashbacks and see them. But the way they worked as a unit, you're seeing Reacher by himself. So seeing it as a unit, as a team, I loved seeing it and seeing how they each had their own way of doing it and their own perspectives and how they all brought to everything. Truthfully, what's name could have a spinoff easily. Easily. She was such a breath of fresh air, captivating character at the end of season 1. And when she was there and just seeing how she is and her mannerisms and how she's a mirror to Reacher. She is what Reacher could be if Reacher decided to get paid.
Yes.
And I found her so much more believable and enjoyed her so much more than Reacher. And that's no fault to them because I enjoy the character of Reacher as well in that show.
Yes.
Alan, what's the actor's name?
Alan
Richardson.
Richardson. Yes.
I enjoy the hell out of him. Definitely let him audition for Batman. Most definitely.
Yeah, that's the rumor. That's out there.
He's bigger than Batman. Like this dude is the size of 5 cows standing on each other's shoulders.
I know.
And they still don't weigh as much as his muscles. This dude's ridiculously huge.
I know, brother. I know.
I mean, definitely, yeah. Definitely like let him do that whole thing. Honestly, you could hire them all for Bat family roles because of how they work together. It was flawless. Flawless. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I should actually do a rewatch of it, but I will be doing that right now because I was so into that second season more than the first season.
Yes.
That was just So on that note, folks,
there's
a lot out there.
Yes,
there's a lot to watch. There's a lot to read. There's a lot to listen to. There's so much. That was just a drop in the bucket. But we just had to talk. This was like us just being kind of just wanting to catch up talking, but also tell y'all what we're thinking about what's going on and everything, whether it's something in depth like the streaming and WWE and that, what have you, and something as ridiculous as Aquaman. There's so many levels to everything, folks. So many levels.
There are levels to this stuff.
There's levels to this, but there's a lot going on. We'll catch up again, and we'll let y'all know what we're talking about, what's going on, what have you, because there's always something cool out to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And watch it before it gets canceled, especially if it's on
on streaming. Yes. You ain't
tell me when I'm telling lies.
You ain't said but a word, brother.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Thank you, punk. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yes.
So on that note, this has been Michael Williams.
Yes, sir. Thanks
folks,
for having me, brother.
Brother, always. Oh, you are one of the few people who has an open invitation, open chair, brother.
Yes, thank you.
You are one of the few people.
Thank you, brother.
You know, some people, they come on, I'm like, hey, you never come on again. You lost your damn mind.
Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off.
It's like, nah. Do you want him back on?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on that note, folks, y'all have a very good day. Enjoy the rest of it. And I'll see y'all next time. Maybe I'll be by myself. Maybe I'll have a guest. Who knows anymore?
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
But I'll see y'all later.
All right.
More deep. It's a killing word. More deep.